Welcome back, human. It seems our paths have crossed again, thanks to the Winchester brothers. So, the last time we met, Sam and team seemed to have, led you into the path of danger, as they so often do. But today, I'm going to be preparing you for a far more dangerous plot. But don't blame me. You're the one who signed up for it, correct? Just as I suspected. So, as you may or may not know, Lucifer's son, Jack, who views me as what you might call a father figure, is missing, yet again. And Sam and Dean, as well as most of the angel community, wants to make sure that he's not on the side with his biological father. And that brings us to today. I'm going to be teaching you two things: how to summon an angel and how to ward off an angel. I know what you're thinking. Jack isn't an angel. He's the spawn of Satan. Well, that may be true, but he can still respond to the same angel warding sigils that any other angelic creature would, myself included, which is why we'll be having you perform the ritual to summon Jack, interrogate him, and then ward him off before Lucifer or any of his demonic subjects comes to bring you harm. How does that sound? Well, humans may be foolhardy, but your bravery is commendable. Let's get started, shall we? Let me just grab my dictionary of angel sigils. In this book lies all the secrets that you, a mere mortal, would need in dealing with an angel like myself. Here we go. Now, the first sigil that I'm going to teach you, so that you're prepared once you've asked Jack the questions we need to get to the bottom of, is this general angel ward. Now, since it's such a common means of protection against heavenly forces, it requires a bit more, how would Sam and Dean put it, oomph, to actually get an effect. And that's why you need to use blood. Now, since I'm just showing you how the process is going to work, I'm not going to use human blood or angel blood, but instead I'll just be using goat's blood, which I have in this little tin here. I don't think you knew him when he was alive, but Bobby Singer is quite the collector when it comes to all sorts of supernatural mixtures, ingredients, and additives. And that's why I have all of the goat's blood an angel, a human, or a demon might ever want. So the first thing that you're going to want to draw is a circle. Easy enough. You don't need a lot of artistic skills to help you along with this one. Any old circle will do. And then you'll need to put the Enochian rune in the center of it. which starts with a horizontal line. And you want to make sure that all of your edges are nice and lined up, otherwise the seal can be broken, and whoever pleases can just traipse into your humble abode. No, of course we're not going to be doing this ritual in the bunker. There are far too many objects and secrets at stake here. We're actually going to have you do the ritual in, I believe, a little shack in South Dakota. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. No need to worry. Sam and Dean only lose people about 45% of the time. On top of the sigil, you're going to have a triangle like so. And then 2 sigils that recall the human alphabet Z and N. This little curved piece here. This 3. Another Z. And finally, circle with a little bit of a twist on the end. In terms of where you're going to get the blood, well, we all have to make sacrifices, and you're not special. I'll give you one of my trusty hunting knives. What? You wouldn't believe the amount of blood I've shed on behalf of Sam and Dean, but that's what family does for each other. Now, the next sigil I'm going to show you is a little less orthodox than some of the other ones. It's a summoning sigil, which can aid in the communication between a human like yourself and a powerful heavenly being such as Jack. It's actually a combination of some of the other angel sigils. This one would be from Michael. Here we have Raphael, Gabriel, and finally Samandriel, all of whom are unfortunately deceased. But that's of no bother to you. Let me just grab some goat's blood. You actually don't have to use blood for these, but for the purpose of demonstration, I'll just continue with it. And you might want to anyways, since you lack supernatural abilities. So that is Michael's sigil. Next up we have Raphael's. He was a nasty fellow. You're lucky you never had to encounter him. Next, Gabriel. Oh, no, you don't need to worry about him. If you heard any rumors that Gabriel is alive, rest assured they're completely unfounded. I can give you my word on that. And finally, Samandriel. Poor thing. We don't talk about what happened to him. I'm just going over my work. You need to make sure that these markings are precise. Otherwise, the whole operation could fall apart. And you do not want to be on the receiving end of an angry Winchester. Let me just say. Alrighty. Now, the final protection ward that I am going to show you kind of looks like a turtle, but you didn't hear it from me. As usual, you're going to start with a circle. Nothing too crazy. And then you're going to draw the interior. I'm running low on goat's blood. No, I did not breed with the mouth of a goat. That's funnier in Enochian anyways. You wouldn't know. This one requires a little bit more artistic chops than the last few. And there you have it. This should keep you safer and sounder than you would have been otherwise. Now, between you and me, the best way to protect oneself against a supernatural creature is carving a series of Enochian sigils on the rib cage of whoever's going to be in close contact with them, but Sam asked me to not do that without your consent, so we'll save it for another time. Now, I do have a fairly simplistic design that I would like to tattoo on you today, if you don't mind. I don't have any of the proper equipment, but I do have a needle and some ink and my angel grace, so I think we'll be fine. But before I do that, it's important that I teach you the Enochian water cup ritual. And what is that, you may ask? Well, all of the sigils that I've taught you so far are for warding an angel. This ritual is for summoning the angel in question. It's very powerful, very old, arcane even, but it is proved successful time and time again, and that's why I think it'll be your best method going forward with summoning Jack. So right here I just have regular water. What you're going to need is a touch of angel grace, which you can't just find in any old store here on Earth, but what I have is a stick of pure grace that I have bottled just for this occasion. And the way that you're going to activate it so that you can use it to turn this ordinary water into the perfect Enochian summoning water is just a little bit of heat. That's going to release the grace in such a way that even a human like yourself can harness it. Obviously, I'm not going to activate the water now, because if I were to do that, then Jack might appear in front of us, and that's not what we're looking for. I'm going to leave that up to you. We're not on particularly good terms right now, so I'm just going to deactivate that, snuff it out, and there goes some of my grace. Please don't waste it. It is a very valuable resource. But once you combine the two, what you're going to do is face the north, west, east, and southernmost walls of your dwelling, and you're going to repeat the following Enochian phrase. Just let me grab my trusty Enochian spellbook. Here we go. I've compiled this so that humans like Sam and Dean can harness some of the power that we angelic creatures have been gifted. You can't have it, but I hope you're a fast memorizer. So in English, this summoning charm would read, Spirit of the East, one of the four that liveth forever, I invoke you with holy fire into your vessel. Do you know what a vessel is? Not as unintelligent as you may have first appeared, I see. Well, in Enochian, which is the angelic tongue, of course, you are going to read Ra, A, Ga, E, O, S, V, Nu, No, Ki, A, Se, Pe, Te, Po, A, Ma, La, Di, Zod. Got that? Wonderful. I knew you would catch on quick. Now, all that's left to prepare you for this hard-boiled expedition is the protective tattoo that I'm going to inscribe on your chest. So, would you mind coming a bit closer? Yes, thank you. That will be sufficient. What I have here in my kit of materials is, I know it's in here somewhere. Ah, yes. A needle. And over here, I have some ink. So I'm just going to clean my brush, make sure that there's enough of the dissolved ink to do the tracing necessary. And we can go ahead and get started. Are you scared? Don't be frightened. It'll only hurt for a minute, but it'll hurt for much longer, perhaps indefinitely, if Jack's cronies get a hold of you. So I'm just going to give me your left arm, please. Thank you. Going to roll up your sleeve, and I think I'm going to inscribe the sigil on your inner wrist. As long as you wear long sleeves for your encounter, Jack shouldn't notice a thing. And of course, Sam and Dean will be off-site in case anything goes wrong. There, I've got enough pigment here. Your wrist again, please. Well, don't be a baby. Actually, while we're on the subject of infantry, I found human offspring to be quite resilient, considering that they have absolutely no natural protection on their tiny, frail frames. You're right, that is a bit off topic. Well, I suppose I could harness just a touch of angel grace to make sure that you don't feel any pain during this procedure. I knew you were tough enough. Besides, it's not like I have a magic wand. Your arm, please. Thank you. Just going to trace the circle on the outermost edge of the sigil. That's not so bad, is it? I knew you'd be okay. And then I'm going to just take some of this red ink. Should be enough. And I'm going to do the triangle that ends in a point at the top of the circle. I guess it's sort of a funny story. I actually attempted to put this sigil on Jack in order to ward off his father, who you're lucky you've never had a run-in with. And because of his deep-seated, far-rooted, angelic upbringing and composition, it immediately healed. We couldn't even do the warding tattoo that Sam and Dean have. It's quite unfortunate, but as a mere mortal, you won't have the same problem. Now I'm just going to do 2 curved lines on the inside of the circle in the opposite direction of the triangle. There we go. And that's the frame of the sigil. Now, there's an even smaller circle inlaid in the larger one. So I'm just going to put that in. Perfect. And then there's a little cross, which I'll do in red on the interior. Oops. Sorry, I drew some blood by accident, but I think that will just enhance the effect. Besides, now you won't feel any pain. You're welcome. And to finish it off, there's another smaller triangle inside the cross. Perfect. Now make sure that you don't get anything that could, germ that area up. Your fragile immune systems are more of a nuisance than anything else, but it's something that we have to deal with. Anyways, do you think you're ready to take on Jack, perhaps even Lucifer? I'm only kidding. The devil himself would never appear to somebody like you. You just don't have enough experience or importance. I don't mean to be rude, but you should take it as a compliment. I know the Winchesters would delight at having the experience of just another normal human being on the surface of this planet. You should consider yourself lucky. And maybe after this boss battle is over, you can return to a normal life. Sound good? Excellent. Well, you won't be needing me. I'll see you on the flip side.